Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dreams Unveiled with your host, Daun Whittaker.
And Melissa Salazar.
Bravo.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny, when Danny was hosting with me, I said something about, and my host, Danny Burke, and he goes, oh, I thought it was Melissa. He said it.
That's so funny.
It caught me off guard. That was great. He's quick. I like quick wits, guys.
That would have been so funny.
So our dream today comes from Joni. And this is actually
A very short dream.
It's a very short dream, but we're going to use the opportunity to learn about some new dream concepts.
Yeah.
So,
I call this one like a dream flash.
Yes.
It's just like a...
And I call it a dream snippet.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. So we have our words. You probably have your words. And just so you know, if you ever have a dream snippet, don't think you can't send that to be interpreted. I would encourage you. dreams@dawnw.com, Dawn with a U. Still send it. You would be so surprised at what you can get out of that little bit. The fact that you are able to remember it and not remember the rest of it really means that it was impacting. So there may be enough there to do something with. I've never had someone send me a snippet that there wasn't enough there. Okay? So I just want to clear that up. I'm going to read this dream. It's going to take me a long time. Okay, here is the dream. My youngest daughter was abducted with 79,000 other women and died. She and I are really close. She's the youngest of 5 daughters. She's in her 30s. That's the whole dream.
That's it.
That is the dream. So we're going to first analyze the dream, but then we're going to talk about some of the concepts. And the cool thing is last week's dream, and this is entirely, I don't believe in coincidences, but these people did not know each other. I didn't pair these dreams together for any particular reason. They just happened to be the next two in the queue kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yet, there's symbolism in both of them that we're going to learn about.
Yeah, and not just the Joni.
Yeah, and their names are similar too.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean to have a dream that your daughter was abducted and died?
Then died, yeah.
This is very interesting. And when she said abducted, I don't even know that there was... I'm picturing like a spaceship beaming them all up or something like that, because there's 79,000 people.
Right.
I'm not looking at like she was kidnapped or anything like that. But I don't even know.
Right, I guess she never really specified on abducted, but I mean, right, 79,000.
So I want to talk.
That's a lot of people.
It is. And how, so let's first of all, let's go into a concept first that I think is very interesting concept, and I think it's a very important thing to really understand. It's called dream cognizance. We refer to it all the time, but we don't ever really say the word.
It's a long word.
We pretty much say this: if that's what you know in your dream, then that's what it is, right? If you know something in your dream, that's exactly what it is. So the fact that she knew it was 79,000 people, that is what we call dream cognizance. And it is where the dream universe, her dream universe, is informing her of the facts that are going on in the dream. It's not like something she experienced or saw in the dream. It's just that knowledge that comes because her dream informed her. So basically, just consider the idea that if we were playing Dungeons and Dragons right now, and there's a DM. I'm using this because Danny used this as an example in the last stream. But the DM is describing, okay, here's where you're at. Here's
like a narrator.
That's right.
Like a narrator, in a movie. That's how I'm saying it, right?
That is exactly what dream cognizance is. And also known as clear knowing. So you're clear knowing that there is no question you know stuff in your dreams. So there's a lot of clear knowing.
So is it kind of like your subconscious in your...
your subconscious is the DM.
Is your awake...
I'm serious.
Is like your dreamland's normal.
Yeah. So your subconscious is actually giving you some dictates about the dream world that you're currently in.
Yeah.
For that particular dream. It's pretty cool stuff. So that's why Melissa and I will always say, if somebody has no reason, but they said, I know the
Then
building was my school. Well, then it is your school.
Your school, yeah.
That's just it.
It's that knowing. It's like that 100% fact.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's talk about the idea, first of all. The first idea I think that we really need to talk about is the idea of being separated from this daughter whom she is really close with. Mom had 5 daughters. She's the youngest of 5. So how would that feel to any mom? We're both moms.
That would feel horrible.
I know.
And especially, it being your last. I mean, I'm sure that's like your little baby. It's like your baby, your last baby.
I don't think this is a fear of losing her daughter. I think it's a fear of losing that day-to-day relationship, that super closeness.
Yeah.
So what could cause us in daily life? And I'm not saying this is true for Joni. What I'm saying is that if you have a dream like this could be a truth. Perhaps, what if daughter ends up in a serious relationship? And then it changes that dynamic.
Yeah.
That's right. It could be anything like that, or moving away, or anything
change
like
of
that.
like the milestone.
That's right. So even though this daughter is in her 30s, those kind of changes, when you are very accustomed to this super close relationship, and they both are, that it could be a small change, but mom may be still thinking, I hope I couldn't bear to lose her. I can't. I hope this isn't a permanent thing, or what have you, right? Even if something very small that she may not even recognize is wearing on her, or giving, something she's giving thought to. So there's that. Then there is this whole idea about being abducted, right? That is a big thing. What can we say when you're abducted? You have no control.
Right, trapped.
You are that's right. You are trapped. You are held against your will. You're imprisoned, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel good.
That's right. So mom, what is she feeling? Helpless? There's some helplessness here.
Mm-hmm. Trapped because she probably lost her normal day to day. So now what is she going to do?
That's right. She can't.
She's just going to stay in the house.
She can't. The idea, and I want to say this because there are 2 clear concepts here. First abducted, then died. Even though it didn't get relayed that way, they didn't obviously simultaneously happen. The dream the subconscious mind made a division between those 2 things. So so the idea of being abducted really does mean, for mom's feels like she doesn't have control of things. May not even be necessarily with the daughter. Could be with the family. Could be with other people in her life.
Anyone, and essentially.
Yeah. So, but it's still that feeling that no control, stuck, imprisoned, don't know how to handle this. Helpless, anything like that. And then let's talk about the third obvious thing.
The death.
Yeah. I mean, waking up from a dream where your child dies is painful.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of those dreams where you wake up crying.
No
matter how fast or long the dream was,
And Danny and I, because I was going to initially do this dream with Danny, but we couldn't squeeze 2 out. We were talking about it. And I said, do you remember you were about 11 years old. You were playing Little League for Time, and he was part of Time Warner, now Spectrum, but their Little League sponsored team. And I said, I had a dream that you died on the railroad tracks under the bridge, and you were wearing that shirt. We walked upon you, and you were just laying there. And it was so horrifying to me. I took the shirt from him. I didn't tell him about the dream until he was an adult, right? I didn't say anything. But I took the shirt and I hid it. And he never wore it. I never let him wear it just because that was so horrifying to me.
You're like, nope, that shirt's trash.
Yeah, so that was the end of that. And I kept it in a corner in my closet until I moved. I know, it's crazy. So I think, so any kind of death represents a transition, new chapter. You know, I think that, and in most dreams, I'll say it's very favorable, and or it's something that your subconscious mind feels like you need to pay more attention to so you can do it well, right? If you're transitioning and it's not, you know, maybe a relationship breakup, it's kind of like saying, hey, you're going through a lot of change here. You need to pay attention to this, or we're going to have some issues here. And I love that. That is that protect mode that our subconscious mind puts us in, which is wonderful. It's so nice to know that you're protected that way.
And we don't even know what's going on. It's just going on.
That's right.
Like it's like a little us protecting ourselves.
I know. It's pretty cool. So those were all of the things. I mean, that really, in a nutshell, is the dream.
Yeah. It was quick, but I mean, you got essentially all of it.
So whatever new stage of life you're at, Joni, you know, I think that is worth exploring and understanding.
This is a new chapter.
And just so also, the youngest, it may not have even had to do with the closeness so much. It may be that she's the youngest. In other words, all of the kids, I mean, she's in her 30s.
So everyone's taken care of. You've done this journey.
That's right. And it's time for something new. So it could very well be just that thing. But the way that it was portrayed in the imagery, wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the imagery, which really is an interpretation of this particular dream. But it's really cool stuff. Now, you've already learned about clear cognizance, you know, and how that absolutely works. So if you know it in a dream, even if you have no evidence, it is. And that's just it. But let's talk about the 79,000 people. And in the last dream, Judy's 20 to 30 people. We know she didn't count those people.
Right.
So her 20 to 30 and Joni's 79,000. That is an interesting number.
That's like an exact number.
I know. I want
like not 80,000.
So the likelihood is that number was brought up in some capacity for her. Okay, that's really likely. But let's talk about some of the very cool things that the subconscious mind does. It could be that, you know, because of stadiums, you know, just imagine a filled stadium, that many people. I think what the dream was trying to show was this unbelievable amount of people that it really did not know how to draw that many people and convey that through imagery. Okay? So it could be that 79,000 is, you know, a pretty standard number, pretty close, between 70 and 80,000 for a stadium. That's about the size of a stadium.
Yeah.
To give, because what the subconscious mind is trying to convey is that this many people, right?
Right.
But, you know, there's no way to draw that. So the number 79,000 may have come up somewhere for Joni, but it, you know, from an emotional standpoint, it may represent what the subconscious mind is trying to portray, the depth of emotion she is having over that. Just something so big.
Like such a large amount.
Yes, absolutely. And it, you know, like we're talking, you know, she may have known about, you know, this is the size of some particular stadium or something like that. And that may have been the subconscious mind doing that. But it really may have been the subconscious mind, you know, abstractly trying to draw that out. Keep in mind, the part of the brain that is really mathematical and all of that, you know, a lot of the reasoning is resting. It's not available. So the subconscious mind is
still calculating.
That's
numbers.
Right. It's figuring it out, and it can't animate or draw that, like I had already said. So it is just trying to make something work. It's possible, we've already hinted at this, that she heard
or might have seen something that said 79,000.
It could have been a banking or financial number.
Okay.
In fact, when I was messaging her about the dream at the time, I would say 79,000. It automatically wrote it in dollars. So maybe that could be something like that. It could have been related to, you know, personal goals or financial goals or anything like that. And just the idea of a big number could coincide with with an ambition that she has or some kind of a goal. And keep in mind, this is all very relative. So something that could be really big to her may be inconsequential to somebody else, and that's fine.
Yeah, because it's
this
her
dream
dream.
belongs to Joni and no one else. And there are many spiritual interpretations that you can use. If between numerology and all of that, if you believe in that stuff, and this is really important, it doesn't matter as the interpreter what I believe.
Right. It's what Joni has to say
That's
about her
right.
dream.
Anything what Joni has to say, or what she believes, or how she believes, is going to be important. For instance, we've talked on many occasions, water represents emotion, but sometimes for Christians, it can represent the Holy Spirit as the living water. Well, if you're not a Christian, it's not going to be represented that way.
Yeah.
So anyway, hope those new little fun facts about dreams were helpful to you. And I think that's all we have for today.
I do too.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, have sweet dreams. Like, subscribe, and share our videos.
And once again, if you want to submit something to us, dreams@dawnw.com. DAUN. Thank you.
See you guys. Have sweet dreams.
Bye.